At this point, when it comes to Pixar movies, I don't need to know who's in it. I don't even need to know what it's about. All I need to know is what the release date is, and I'm there. What's up, everybody? I'm Johnny Omega, back with a new review, this time talking about the new Pixar movie Soul, so let's get to it. Joe is a middle school band teacher whose life hasn't quite gone the way he expected it to. He has a passion for jazz, but his big break comes too little too late as he's transported out of his body and must find his way back with the help of another soul trying to figure out her own passion. So let me first start off by saying, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by, and if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. In my reviews, I discuss what I like, what I didn't like, and then my overall thoughts. The movie is directed by Pete Docter, who also directed other Pixar films like Monsters, Inc. and Inside Out. It stars the voice talents of Tina Fey and Jamie Foxx, to name a few. So starting with what I liked about the movie, one of the first things that's going to stand out to you as you're watching it is the animation. Seeing how Pixar's animation has evolved over the last few decades is pretty amazing to see. But keeping it in context of this particular movie, it's absolutely stunning to look at. And I'm kind of torn a little bit too, because on one hand, while I am glad they didn't push this movie back to 2021, on the other hand, as somebody who thoroughly enjoys the cinematic and movie-going experience, I kind of wish my first time watching this movie would have been in a theater on the big screen. 2020. Another standout thing for me, and arguably the best thing about this movie, was the writing. If I was in charge of Pixar Studios and I ran the company like an NFL team, the writers on staff would easily be the equivalent of a quarterback. I would take care of them financially and keep them locked up for as long as possible, because these are easily some of the best writers in Hollywood. These writers have a way of being relatable and pulling on the right emotions at the right time, and from a writer's perspective, making it look easy. The different points that Soul effortlessly touches on regarding passion and purpose is something that just about everybody can relate to in one way or another. Your passion and your purpose can be, but isn't always the same thing, and this movie breaks that down on a basic level. And when the movie's over, it kind of makes you think about life choices and how certain actions that you take can send you down a specific path. Whether you're stuck in a dead-end job because you think that's what you're supposed to do, or you're traveling down the path that you want to, but other people don't really see the purpose in why you're going down that path. The movie in general is just inspiring and can really put things in perspective when you relate it to yourself. Another thing that I liked about this movie is that the trailers do a great job of giving you the premise of the movie without really giving too much away. Now granted, I only saw the first two trailers before watching this movie and I didn't see any TV spots, so I could be wrong with what I'm about to say. There's something that happens about 30 minutes into the movie that I didn't expect, and for about the next 45 minutes or so you're watching something unfold that's integral to the story but very unexpected. Now I'm not going to say what that particular thing is just in case you haven't seen the movie yet, but I do think it's something that almost every other movie studio would have put in the trailers to try to play up for laughs. But I'm glad Pixar didn't do that, because seeing that scenario play out unexpectedly actually made the movie more entertaining to watch. The only thing negative I would say about this movie really isn't a negative, it's more so a warning of expectation. And it's simply that even though this is an animated Pixar movie, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a movie for kids. It definitely seems like it would be if you just watched the trailer, but as you're watching the movie and you see how deep into certain themes that this movie goes, kids aren't going to pick up on certain things because they just haven't lived long enough. To fully grasp this movie and understand everything that this movie is trying to say, you need to really have lived long enough to have made mistakes in your life. You need to be able to reflect on certain choices that you made in your life and sit back and think where you might have been if you made different decisions. Are you where you thought you would be at this point in your life? Are you living out your purpose? Do you even know what your purpose is? You just need to be old enough to have a life to reflect back on. This movie will make you have a whole midlife crisis in your 30s. The point is, if you're just looking for an animated movie to put on to keep your kids' attention, there are a lot better movies to choose from just from the Pixar catalog alone. But if you're looking for a movie to make you think about your life a little bit different, this is the one. So in conclusion, the story was great, the animation was great, the writing was great, the overall message was great. The voice acting was great too, and I don't think I talked about that earlier. Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, Graham Norton, Felicia Rashad, Angela Bassett, Donnell Rawlings, Questlove. And that's just the people I can name off the top of my head. There's a whole lot of other people involved in this movie that did a great job too. All that being said, I'd say this movie is Omega level. It took me until Christmas, but I finally seen an Omega level movie this year. 2020. So comment below and let me know what you guys thought of the movie. And also, what's your favorite animated movie of 2020? For me personally, it was Onward for pretty much the entire year and it wasn't even close. But then Soul came out with about a week left in the year, and as far as I'm concerned, pretty much has a stranglehold on the Oscar for Best Animated Feature. Thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that thumbs up and click that subscribe button to see what's coming next.